During lockdown, the iPads were absolutely essential. It meant that we could actually give live lessons out, so we could create our resources, we could guide the students through them, we could do question and answer sessions. So if they were stuck on anything, we could talk to them about it. They also, I think they really valued that bit about they could see our face during the time and we could talk to them and discuss all the different issues. It's been brilliant for us. It just means that when we couldn't take the students out, we could take them on virtual field trips. So by putting together a Google Earth project, we could actually steer them on where they're actually going to go. So instead of just going anywhere around the world, we could take them on stage trips down the River Ouse. They could go through different parts of York. We could drop in. We could then look at where the flooding was. We could then impose pictures to see what it was like when it flooded and when it wasn't. And then they got to do environmental quality surveys, see what it was like. We got all this information we could gather, and then we could put it into different vehicles like Excel, and they can make graphs out of it and make use of all the different data that we've got. So that was a really brilliant one. It's also really good when we start to look at other countries. So if we're trying to talk about the difference between the development in different countries, we can drop them in on Street View to actually look through a shanty town to actually get a real feel for what the place is like, and not just have a little wander around. We can set questions for them, things to try and find, to capture images of themselves and get an overall detailed understanding of what the different places are like.
We used the iPad for a virtual field trip in geography. We looked around different places such as Leeds and the River Ouse to look at flood defences and other bits such as the CBD and outer skirts, and it's really helped us improve our learning.
We used the Google Earth app, and there was a list of projects and places to go, and we'd visit the place on the iPad, which we usually would have gone to in person, but because of COVID we weren't able to, so we were still allowed to see all the examples of flood defence we'd learned about by staying safe here in school.
The iPad's also great for when we actually go on field trips. We can actually take them with us. The students can take photos of where we are. We can have random number generators, so when they're doing sampling, they get a truly random sample for ones they're doing. There's even apps they can actually use which can help to actually measure tree height without them having to take all the equipment with them as well. So there's loads of different things you can actually do on it. There's different types of GIS which will then plot where they are when they've taken these photos or these images. Many different ways that we can use it.
My favourite app is OneNote because not only are there just different folders that you can put your work in, but there's drawing tools and different aspects where you can add images and take photos of stuff that you've been working on.
I like the iPads a lot because if you're in a lesson and you're struggling with something, you've got access to the internet right in front of you. And if you're at home and you need to complete some homework or do some research, you've got all the information you need right there on the iPad.